Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, depending on where you're located. I am here to do my weekly The Things I Know segment on my Facebook page. So welcome any of you that are watching live. I would love for you to say hi. I'm on my phone again. I kind of like the way that worked because I was able to then throw it up on Instagram stories or Instagram TV as well. So I'm going to stay on my phone. And it does kind of pop up, so if I see you, I'll say hi. Otherwise, I would love to know if you're watching. Just say hi in the comments, and even if you're watching this in the replay. So, this week's Things I Know, I mentioned this, I think, on Saturday, that I wanted to talk about the ways to take care of yourself in these trying times. And here's what I'm going to say right out of the gate. So, this is called The Things I Know because these are the things that work for me. I recognize that not everyone, this won't work for everyone. Meaning, like, let's say for instance, so Liam, as I think a lot of you guys know, I've shared on here before, at least on my other page, that Liam struggles with anxiety and depression. And so a lot of times when I'm saying to him, like, look at the positive, be optimistic, he's like, that's like not possible. I recognize that my brain chemistry doesn't affect me in the way some people's do. And so these may seem too simplistic for a lot of you, and I get that. I don't suffer with anxiety or depression. I get anxious, I get depressed, but I realize that my brain chemistry is such that I can do things like look at what's in this for me versus thinking about things in a down way, and it works for me easier than most of you. So, disclaimer, I get that. But I'm going to share these anyways, and if they work for you, great, and if they don't work for you, that's okay too. Nothing's wrong with that. I'm just sharing the tips and tricks that work for me. All right, so that's it. So what a week, if I may borrow a love it or leave it phrase. This week's not getting that much better, but last week was a doozy. Sunday, Pete Buttigieg dropped out. He was my guy. I wanted so badly to vote for him in the primary. I didn't necessarily think he was going to make it all the way to the actual election, but I really wanted to vote for him. And so when he dropped out on Sunday, I was super sad. Then I got mansplained on Monday as to why I shouldn't be sad about that, and I should have never wanted to vote for him to begin with. So that was super fun. Tuesday was Super Tuesday. I got to vote for Elizabeth. That made me happy. I did a little smile as I hit my Elizabeth Warren. But I also wasn't surprised when she dropped out a couple of days later. What was super sad then was watching all my friends be sad, because so many of my friends, as you guys know, you're in Chicago and you don't get to vote for another week, and so you were losing out on being able to vote for her. And it really brought me back to November of 2016 when we were all just devastated at the outcome of the election. And I had forgotten what that felt like to be on Facebook and watch people just super depressed. I mean, like legit really down. So that was tough. This COVID-19 stuff, like I'm trying to both wash my hands and be proactive as far as I could be proactive, and also think I'm not going to worry about this. Hi, Frank. And at the same time, I am watching these cancellations after cancellations after cancellations, and I'm thinking, we don't cancel Coachella Coachella's not canceled yet. We don't cancel South by Southwest for the flu. So it feels really frightening. Hi, Alicia. Good to see you. Anyway, so those types of things it's hard to separate from all of that. And then on the most basic personal level, on Friday night I'm out, I'm having a great time with my friends, and I get a note that Charlotte didn't get into the high school that she wanted to. And literally that sent me over the edge. I am in this bar in Atwood Village with my friends, and I literally burst into tears in public. But it was literally the last straw. I could not anymore handle this week. So that's how last week went, and here's my tips for getting through it, because quite frankly, you have to. I like, hey Dana, I you just have to get up and move on. So here's my tips. First one, not good at this, unplug. I did try really, really hard last week to stay off Facebook a little bit more. Thanks, I'm sending you big love as well. I do try to, I do my business on Facebook, so I can't be off of it 100%. I can't completely unplug. That being said, I did try to be on it a little bit less, especially after Warren dropped out, because it was devastating to watch my friends be so sad again. I really tried to limit my television viewing last week, mainly because they were just saying the same thing over and over again. And I do feel like it's a little bit of fear mongering. I get that we need to be scared, or that we need to be conscious. And I love all the tips and tricks around, washing your hands and all of that sort of thing. But seriously, this is not the zombie apocalypse. So I did try to stay off of Facebook or the news as well. So that would be my first tip. Second tip would be get out. Just turn off everything and then get outside. Whether it's cold or warm or whatever, just get out and move your body. That feels really great. Just being out in nature feels amazing. I'm gonna say Sunday was my first really good day, feeling great. And part of that had to do with getting a really good night's sleep on Saturday. So sleep is incredibly important. But I also got a really good workout in, and that felt amazing. I mean, it really felt good to sweat and move my body and all of that sort of thing. So that was movement, getting out in nature, unplugging, some self-care, some nourishment, and I'm not talking about pedicures and manicures. I'm talking about putting on some really good music and dancing. That's my two favorites, which I have talked about in posts recently, is I'm loving the new Harry Styles album. Love Tame Impala. Both of those just make me happy. So to put those on and kind of move around the house as I'm doing whatever, incredibly helpful. Hey, Alana, good to see you. So movement, out in nature, turn everything off, get some really good night sleeps. And getting a good night's sleep means having a nighttime routine. Turning off the electronics an hour beforehand. Hey, Kim. And unplugging, maybe reading a book, maybe doing a little brain dump. If your brain is going crazy with everything that's going on, do a brain dump. Get it out of your head so that you can sleep through the night. This is a very stressful time, so some good breath work would be incredibly helpful. I've shared this on different platforms, so again, this might be a review, but the 5-5-7 breath is incredibly helpful with regards to bringing down your stress level. When we're stressed, our body just thinks we're being chased by a bear. It doesn't know that you're sad because the primary is not going the way you want. It doesn't recognize COVID-19. It doesn't even know what the heck that is. It just thinks, oh my God, you're about to be eaten. So it shuts down your digestion. It sends all your energy to your limbs. And it really raises, your panic level. So 5-5-7 breath is inhale for 5, hold for 5, and then release for 7. That longer exhale is actually what tricks your brain into thinking you're relaxed. Ideally, doing it 10 times, which takes about 2 minutes. But I will tell you, I do this 5-5-7 breath with my clients all the time, and they normally notice a difference within about 3 times. So doing it just a few times and really feel that relaxation sink in. I do it when I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm having a tough time getting back to sleep. Just a couple of 5-5-7 breaths and I'm out. I'm not even counting anymore. I think those are kind of my main ones. The last one is, what can I control? Hey, Karen, I can't control most of what's going on. I just really can't. Hey, Rachel. I can control who I vote for. I can control how much television I watch. I can control getting a good night's sleep, getting to the gym. I cannot control how everything's being covered. I cannot control being mansplained to. I cannot control how this virus spreads other than washing my own hands. So it's really taking a step back when you're feeling completely overwhelmed and thinking to yourself, what of this am I in control of? And what you can do, and what you can't, I just invite you to let go of to the best of your ability. Again, recognizing that that might be easier said than done, but just to the best of your ability, to let go of something you do not have control over. All right, sleep, movement, self-care, turning off electronics and the television and all that sort of thing, breath work, letting go. I think that was all my tips. So that's how I am surviving what I consider to be, hey Letitia, a zombie apocalypse, because that's kind of what it feels like right now. I literally, sometimes I just think to myself, this feels like the end of days. I was out for a run the other day and I got the alert that the hotel in China that was holding all the coronavirus people had collapsed. I was like, are you kidding me with this shit? That's how I do it. I would love to know in the comments, how do you guys take care of yourself during these very trying times? This is not ending anytime soon. Hi, Amy. This is not ending anytime soon. So what can you do to take care of yourself so that you do not add to the stress of your life with all of this? Put it in the comments. Let's share more tips and tricks. Those were mine. I want to know what yours are. What do you do to take care of yourself during these trying times? Eating well is another great way. Nourishing your body in the way that feels right. That's another good tip or trick for sure around all of this. All right, those are my tips. Those are the things I know on how to survive this zombie apocalypse. I want to know how you're doing it.